Sabina Chege, the Murang'a women's rep, is the kind of politician who has been jumping from one side of the political divide to the other and then back. One cannot be too sure which side she is on, or which side the general elections will finally find her in. And that is why there's a theory that her very controversial remarks made recently about rigging in the upcoming general elections may have been triggered by UDA and Team Tanga. In other words, some people are saying she was sent because her remarks favor UDA and Team Tanga. Her remarks solidify the narrative that Team Tanga have been giving us. That if they don't win the upcoming general elections, then Kenyans should be sure that the elections are rigged. That's the story they're trying to sell to Kenyans. Not very successfully, I might add. Because Kenyans are aware of the popularity of the other side of the political divide. On our show today, we take a deeper look at those remarks made by Sabina Chege and what they mean politically, the political impact. Very interesting show that you can look forward to. Karibu sana, and as usual, enjoy. What exactly did the Murang'a women's rep, Sabina Chege, say that has gotten her into so much trouble? She has been summoned all over the place to explain, to elaborate on what she said. So what is it exactly she said? Because somebody listened to a video clip where she made the remarks. And they told me, Chris, what is all the hula baloo about? What did this woman actually say? Hajasema kitu. Sijui shida ni nini? Hapa hakuna shida. And it struck my mind that that is the feeling of most Kenyans. They have no idea what Sabina Chege said. Well, I'll tell you what she said, and I will summarize and hit the nail on the head so that you understand. What Sabina Chege said was that Team Kieleweke, the Azimio people, are going to rig the 2022 general elections. Of course, the remarks were off the cuff. She was half joking. She began by saying, nasikia watu wanasema kwamba kulikuwa kunaibiwa kura. I hear people saying that votes were stolen in 2017. And then she added, see, we can do the same this time. Something like that. That is what hiyo ndio ilitoa nyoka kwa shimo. Now, why would such a remark generate so much heat? Well, there are many reasons. Number one, the 2017 general elections, and especially the presidential elections, left a very bitter taste in the mouths of many Kenyans. Oh yes, we know, at least most of us do, that the real winner of those elections never stepped into State House. That one we know. And those elections also brought with it the very unfortunate deaths of many innocent Kenyans. Yeah, Chris Musando, Baby Pendo, and many others. And especially innocent children. We lost too many innocent children. And for what? Yeah. So immediately you mentioned the word rigging. All those memories, unfortunate memories, come flooding back. People are not going to take it well. And then the other reason, and I believe the more important reason, is that it would imply that Team Keleweke, Azimio la Umoja gang, do not have enough support to win the upcoming general elections without rigging them, yeah, without fiddling with them, yeah, maybe getting results into a server that is never opened, that is trapped somewhere in France. Anyway, that one, even the thought of it, has upset many in Team Keleweke. It has upset many in the Azimio team. Yeah, because people like UDA and the Deputy President, who have been trying very hard to push the idea that they are very popular and that the only way they can be stopped is by somebody fiddling with the elections. And therefore, yeah, UDA are trying to tell us, give us the impression, and therefore the upcoming elections must be rigged. If they don't win, then Kenyans can be sure it was rigged. That's the story they're selling. Yeah? And the remarks of Sabina Chege would seem to play right into their hands, would seem to play right into that narrative. This is where the real beef is. Yeah? But I find it super fascinating that the lawyers who are representing Sabina Chege, who accompanied her to the IEBC summoning, yeah, are the two gentlemen you see on your screens right now. Who are these guys? These were the main guys who made history, yeah, in September 2017, when they presented enough evidence in a court of law, the Supreme Court, to get a presidential election overturned. These two gentlemen will go down into the history books, yeah, as legal minds that achieved what had never been achieved before, yeah, anywhere on the continent. Okay? Now, of course they achieved this by exposing what Jubilee had done. Jubilee were the enemy. So how is it that now they're defending Sabina Chege, even after she made such sensitive remarks? I think this illustrates, to anybody who cares to observe, that the unity of Team Azimio la Umoja, Team Keleweke, is solid. Okay? There are no cracks. And it is impossible to imagine any cracks emerging in the future. Yeah? All these guys are on the same side. Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee and Raila Odinga's ODM, we can now officially announce, are co-joined twins. They're joined at the hip. Hakuna kuachana. Mkienda bafu mko pamoja. Mkienda haja mko pamoja. Mkienda kutafuta mchumba mko pamoja. Oh yes, this is really what it is. Now, I don't want to downplay what Sabina Chege said, but we must appreciate that Honorable Sabina Chege is a new politician. She's still relatively inexperienced. Yes, she's won a second term, yeah, but what experience did she gain in politics in her first term, for instance? Yeah. What experience has she gained so far in her second term as a politician? Would you, for instance, compare her with another politician like William Samoei Ruto, who has been in politics for some time now? No. And of course, with an experience, you're bound to make very big mistakes. Of course, with an experience, you'll have less breaks being applied when you start speaking. You know, immediately after Sabina Chege made these very controversial remarks about rigging, she corrected herself and moved very quickly on to portraying the fact that the Azimio la Umoja team are very popular with the people. Raila Odinga is very popular with the people. There will be no need to rig. That's what she was implying. But everybody, of course, missed that. And everybody stuck to the controversial remarks, which mentioned a word that Kenyans dread, and Kenyans don't want to hear, especially when somebody is referring to the upcoming general elections. That word, of course, is rigging. That is a dirty word in Kenya. Very dirty. You ni matusi. But she said what she said. I've never understood what people mean when they ask somebody to withdraw a statement. Because words once spoken can never be withdrawn, not in 100 years. And that's why we all need to be very careful what we say, what we speak. Because once it's out of the mouth, it has come out, people have heard. You cannot recall those words. You cannot do a rewind and then you edit out what you said. No, that cannot happen. And therefore the words have already been spoken. Whatever happens going forward, those words can never be withdrawn. But really, if we were to put my feelings aside, it is nothing. It is of no consequence. There was a song I really used to love when I was a young man. It's called Careless Whispers. These were just careless whispers from Sabina Chege, which should be ignored. In the heat of the moment, she spoke the wrong words, but they mean nothing. They should have no impact going forward. Because we all know that one side of the political divide is so popular right across the country that many of us analysts fear that we'll have a very boring general election. No competition. Landslide win for one of the sides. Because what we like seeing in an election is a hotly contested election. Free, fair and verifiable. Where the loser comes out at the end and concedes. Genuinely. Tutaki maneno ya rigging. But we're fearing that one of the sides is too popular. That's the reality on the ground. And therefore what Sabina Chege said, if you look at it in this context, means nothing. Indeed, one may be tempted to suggest that maybe Sabina Chege was paid by UDA and Team Ruto to utter those words in order to solidify, give some legitimacy to the ridiculous narrative the Deputy President's team is trying to push. That if they don't win the upcoming elections, then Kenyans can be sure it has been rigged. Rigged like the crowd's Ruto rigs? Coming and blocking people coming off a ferry at Likoni? And then putting the cameras on the crowd? Claiming those are people who have come to your meeting, to your rally in Mombasa? That is the truth. Hate me or like me, that is the naked truth. So is that the rigging they're talking about? Because as far as I know, and you'll correct me, Team Azimio and Raila Odinga have never needed to block any ferry or to go to any marketplace on a market day for crowds. They've never needed to do that. Wherever Raila Odinga goes, crowds gather quickly. Wherever Raila Odinga has an impromptu meeting, people are there in huge numbers. Yeah, and it has a lot to do with the history of the man. Yeah, and the institution of Raila Odinga. Because Raila Odinga is an institution. Take it or leave it. Whether you like it or not, that is the political reality. Yeah. And therefore, I don't even know why I made this video. Yeah. Because the remarks of Sabina Chege and whatever will happen to her going forward is of no consequence, yeah, to the upcoming general elections. That is the truth. Now in my next video, I will share the latest developments over the witchcraft manenos. Yeah, remember the series I'm doing? Yeah. So you can look forward to that. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.